have lived in the same boring town for 15 years and nothing has changed. I've always thought that the rest of the world was pretty similar to where I live, but I had discovered after traveling around the world that the rest of the world is different. You are listening to our radio hour on 88.1 WNTH Winnetka, the voice of New Trier. My name is Ava Blau, and I would like to share with you that the world outside the North Shore is different. There are many kids that live in the North Shore. At our high school alone, our grade has about 1,000 kids. Most people living here have lived here for our whole lives and have nothing really to compare it to. Chase Hutler has a really interesting view on the North Shore based on her traveling experiences and from exploring other parts of the city.
How would you describe the North Shore in your own words?
I think it's very sheltered, and it's a very suburban community. So when we travel to different countries, we're usually going to our countries or within our own country. We're not really going to other suburbs and stuff. So we don't really realize how privileged our town really is, and to us it's totally normal. But an average middle class family, they can't take vacations every single break. And just our norm here is much different than the norm of the rest of the country.
Chase took a 3-week service trip to Ecuador and explored a totally different culture, which really opened her eyes on the rest of the world.
How did traveling out of the country open your eyes on where we live?
I noticed that we focus too much on material things and social status and the aesthetic of things, and you don't have to live in the nicest house, you don't have to have all these materials, because people are still happy in other places of the world, and different cultures don't believe in the need of possessions and stuff. And there's just so much more to see and better ways to spend your time and money.
Another reason why Chase has such a unique perspective is because she used to dance in the city every day. This led her to making lots of friends living outside of the suburbs and caused her to explore the city area more.
Going back to the Ecuador trip, when you got back from the trip, how do you compare the people's in Ecuador's everyday actions to our everyday actions?
I feel we complain a lot more about going to school and just doing jobs and stuff, but those people they're grateful to be having an education and grateful for being able to have a job and get money and support their families. And I just feel they're overall happier and they don't take things for granted as much as we do.
When Chase went to Ecuador, she not only discovered that they have less than we do, but the way they dress, their jobs, their communication, and their overall lifestyle is so different compared to ours. Since the trip, Chase has realized how grateful she is for having an education, for getting to be on the rowing team, and for getting to live in a house with more than 3 rooms. She feels she can be more aware of her life and really take it all in. I believe that the world has so many different cultures and lifestyles that people are so unaware of. I feel we should be learning about those other parts of the world and should have a lot more awareness of those areas. This is Ava Blau reporting for our radio hour from the Northfield campus of New Trier High School. Stay tuned for the next episode of our radio hour on 88.1 WNTH Winnetka.